This city, once a sleepy fishing port, became one of Asia's most precious jewels almost overnight. Today, you'll find the perfect blend of the old and the new, where fruit stall stands market their goods next to skyscrapers that grew up with us. Our aunties and uncles tell stories that make the Singapore you see today sound like another world. The crossroads of Asia are overflowing with a lifetime of stories. But you've got 3 days, so let's get started. First stop, Tekka Center. This is a culinary mosh pit with hundreds of stalls. Hawkers battling it out for your time and taste buds. Your head might be spinning, so let us point you to the right direction. At Yakunda Muslim food, no matter what you practice, you're a believer in one thing: biryani. Served in a pot that's almost big enough to be a bathtub, you'll wonder how the searing flame that cooks it could feel so light, fluffy, and delicately spiced to perfection. And if by some miracle you've got room for more, there's a near-endless supply of stands waiting to serve up roast duck rice, prawn noodles, and pillowy flaky naan. Before you start worshipping at the altar of the hawker stall, take a moment for some real reflection. Citizens visit Buddha Tooth Relic Temple for its ornate design, serene atmosphere, and a magnificent prayer wheel. Grab hold of the wheel, let go of your thoughts, and listen. Give it 3 turns to center yourself. For dinner, it's time to don your armor and step into the ring with a strong contender for Singapore's national dish, chili crab. We'd never claim sole authority, but if we had to crown someone, it would have to be Queen Jiamei Liu, who runs King and Key with her 2 brothers, all experts in the art of chili crab. For 53 years, they've made seafood the family business. Serving plates that come out with such speed and precision, you have to ask, is it as easy as it looks? Okay, so maybe it's not that easy. But for Kek, the family business isn't just about serving dishes, but keeping the recipes alive.
When you think of Singapore, the first thing you think is, oh, chili crab. I think because of the multicultural, you get more ideas, different ingredients to be used, right? So it's like an embrace of many different cultures.
A Chinese family cooking with Pacific crabs, Thai chilies, Malaysian and Indian spices, serving up something uniquely Singaporean. It's the city on a plate.
When you see people in groups and then they enjoy the food, especially when they eat crabs and you see them all messy with the hands and all. I mean, it feels really nice to see them enjoying the food.
To finish the night, try the durian at 99 Old Trees. Everyone will try and tell you what that first bite is like. And most comparisons invite revulsion. But you just gotta try it for yourself. Think of it as a dare from the city, a rite of passage to try the most divisive fruit in all of Southeast Asia. Yesterday was a full contact sport. Today, we slow down. In the Sungei Buloh Wetlands, you'll almost forget you ever heard the roar of the city. Here it whispers and sings, with the rustle of mangrove leaves and the calls of soaring birds. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe deep. But what's a day without a slight rise in heart rate and elevation? Sentosa's cable car takes you far above the trees with a glass bottom for the perfect view, depending on how you feel about heights. At Palawan Beach, you'll sink deep into the soft white sand, and suddenly, the city feels thousands of miles away. To really treat yourself, head to Origa Spa at Capella, Singapore, a temple of tranquility nestled amongst the trees. Let them knead the knots out of your back and soothe your soul with fragrant oils. You've earned it. For dinner, spend an evening with the new kid on the block, Air CCCC, tucked away behind winding trees and swaying leaves. It's a breath of fresh air inside or outside the restaurant. Chef Chris Lord combines his Icelandic perspective with a deep commitment to local ingredients for a fresh perspective on contemporary cuisine.
We really are meticulous about sourcing and seeing where things come from and how they're grown, how they're caught. It has to come from Southeast Asia, Malaysia, Thailand. All we kind of have to do is treat it in a way where we utilize all of it and unlock all the potential.
If it feels like their ingredients were fresh enough to be plucked from the trees that surround the property, you're not far off.
Everything is so fertile and fragrant here, it's next level.
And for the nightcap, head on over to some of Air's close friends, the good folks at Pura. Putting the words pioneering and cocktails next to each other might sound a little silly, which is what we thought until we tasted their signature cocktail, blending a jellyfish-infused gin with house-made spirulina vermouth. The first stop on day 3 might make you wonder whether you've stumbled into a different city or a different planet. The Cloud Forest at Gardens by the Bay is a living tribute to the work of one of its most faithful caretakers, Paul Chong.
In the morning, we do our rounds just to make sure there are no fallen trees or branches and that everything is in good condition. Of course, we're appreciating the flora and fauna of the gardens while doing so. Hey, Vedanta Kausam. Oh, there's a sunbird. It's a sense of pride, it's a sense of joy. We have a strong sense of ownership of the area. Those are very fragrant. Seeing a new flower in bloom, it's like seeing an artwork put together. It gives you the sense of discovery too. And that's what we also want to share with visitors. To know that the world is still so large, so out there, and there's so many beautiful things for you to see and appreciate.
Every leaf and blossom here tells a story. And thanks to Paul, the Cloud Forest is a story that keeps growing. There's always a wait at Tai Hwa Pork Noodle, but for good reason. Earning a Michelin star isn't easy, so why should eating at one be any different? It's a tiny stall with a giant reputation. One that might make you start to question your weight, right up until you take that first bite of crispy soulfish. The only way to end a trip like this is a celebration so good you'll forget it's the one sending you home. At the Supertree Grove, the city becomes the stage for a symphony of color, sound, and light. The night sky, a perfect canvas for colors that seem to materialize out of thin air. You'd be hard-pressed to find a city with as much range in 3 days as Singapore. Few places make it as easy to see into the future as the past, or try a plate that feels otherworldly right after food that tastes like home. Each nook, cranny, alley, and road is a chance to go somewhere exciting. Singapore will surprise you. It always does.